Have you ever wondered what your music would sound like coming out of a world-class studio from your bedroom, from your den, from your garage, from your headphones? I know, it's crazy, but we live in the future. It's 2022. It's only going to get crazier. Now, the other day, Waves hit me up and they were like, yo, we got this plugin coming out. It's called Germano NX. And I'm like, yo, what is that? I've never used any plugin that's modeling a room or whatever. I have a room. I quickly changed my mind after checking this thing out. And I'll tell you why. In this week's Plugin of the Week, Waves NX Germano Studios of New York. Let's go. Okay, first things first, you can pick up this plugin by clicking the link in the description. Enjoy, it's really dope. Let's get into what it can do and what it's for. First off, who is this plugin for? It is for anybody that's just starting out, mixing out of a bedroom, and they want to be in Germano Studios. It's for people that have been mixing and mastering forever. I've been at it for 26 years. This is a great plugin for checking your mixes. It's like doing the car test, but in Germano Studios. It's pretty awesome. Anybody and everybody can benefit from this plugin. Now let's get directly into what it is and how to use it. So what I have here is I have it at the very end of my mastering bus chain. I'm going to let you hear it without the Germano Studios, and then I'm going to turn it on. And obviously you're not using my headphones, but if you have headphones on, or you can grab some headphones, grab them, pause the video, pop them on, especially if you got the M50Xs. All right, let's go. The song is called Feels Like Summer. David Nolf and myself, coming out soon. Radium Records. Look out for it.
Yeah, it feels like summer when you love someone.
All right, there's a little taste for you of the record. Let's turn on the NX Germano Studios. First thing you're gonna see is this. This is the interface, the GUI. You're gonna see the head tracking, and you're gonna see basically the studio, the different sets of monitors, and you can see these monitors and switch between these monitors here. So the GA2s are these little black guys here. The NS10Ms, you know what those look like. And the Exegy, so Exegy custom designed monitor speakers from SGD and Troy Germano. So the guy that built the room actually built and designed the studio speakers and monitor soffits as well. That's crazy. So let's jump back to the plugin. Here's what we got. And this is what the stuff you really got to know and understand about this plugin. This level is going to be your output level. And if you're adding this plugin to the very end of your chain on your master bus, you may be getting some clipping, so you might want to make up and adjust for that, okay? The ambiance, this is set for a direct replica of these speakers in this room. So when you don't mess with this, this is what the speakers sound like in the listening position with the impulse response in this room. If you want more ambience, you can turn it up or you can turn it down, right? More direct signal, or you can get more of the room. Pretty cool. Studio rotate. You can literally rotate the studio so you're hearing from the left side of your head when you're not head tracking. And same thing here. Like, oh, I want to hear what it sounds like if I turn to the couch. That's pretty cool. To me, I'm like, wow, that's like real world checking a mix. That's what I would do. I might even walk out of the room. One day we'll have that on here. If you want to reset this, option click it, like most things. Really cool. NS10s, everybody's familiar. You can listen on them. This is awesome for me, this part. Headphone EQ, right? So turn that off. And I'm like, okay, because you're always going to have your headphones are going to be coloring the signal, right? The cool thing is they have presets in here for some headphones that are really well known, like the Beyerdynamic DT990s, 880s, and these ATH-M50Xs from Audio-Technica. One of my favorites. So there you go. And the Sony MDR 7506s, very, very popular. You can choose your headphones. You can apply the headphone EQ, and now you're hearing a flattened response of the headphone EQ, and you're hearing the actual room without having to apply SonarWorks or something to your headphones. That's brilliant. Love that. Now, if you guys are liking this so far, make sure you like the video. Check out the plugin. It's amazing. Another thing, we got to talk about the tracking and how the head tracking with the NX head tracker works, okay? If I turn this off, you're just getting yourself right here in this position. Perfect position, listening position. Switch between the monitors, you're good to go. If you turn it on, you can launch NX, okay? So in here, you're gonna get the head tracker Waves head tracker plugin, right? And there's two ways you can head track. I highly recommend you use the Bluetooth tracker if you're gonna really dig into this and you're in a not so good room. Maybe you're mixing and mastering and traveling a lot, or you're producing and traveling a lot, working on planes, working in airports, other people's apartments, etc. Go get the Bluetooth tracker. Use that, because that's gonna be the best way to do it. It's gonna track everything. If you can't get that, you're gonna use the camera tracker. You'll turn on your camera, right? So you turn that on, and then you could pick your camera here. So like for me, there you go, I'm right here, right? It'll see my face, and now it can start to track my head movements as if I'm in the studio. That's crazy. Can we take a second to realize how crazy that is? Like, we're living in the future right here. This is wild. But not only that, this is how far they took it. They took it to the point where you can take your head measurements and model your head. Like, you literally measure around your head and like give them the dimensions of the circumference and the ear to ear. And it will literally model like your ear to ear and circumference as if a 3D space, you're in the studio. I can't understand that right now. I can't fathom that. My head, my mind is like, what? That's so crazy to me. So you can do that, and you can model your head size perfectly and be able to turn and like be like you're in the studio, move from left to right and check sides. It's wild. And you can see like the head tracker right now, right? Like you see it moving right here. It's like, hey, where are we going? Yeah, we're moving our heads. Dude, insanity. All right, so that's it. That's really like the big parts of this thing. Calibrate. It's going to calibrate it back to the center. You can go to settings here. I won't get too deep into the settings. Actually, I'm not going to show you any of that because I don't want you to get lost here. Don't get lost in the sauce. So the way I would use this is I would pop it on my master channel at the end, and I would use it to be another check, another ear, right? I could listen in my studio with my Amphions, and I know exactly what that's going to translate to, but I look at this as like the high-end car test. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go to Germano. So how does it sound? Let's check it out. You got your headphones on? Do it now.
Yeah, it feels like summer when you love someone. Yeah, it feels like summer when you love someone. You got it feeling like the first time, playing the songs we miss, like the year is 99, summer of my first kiss, sitting in the backseat wanting it so badly, but we are, we're just kids in love. Yeah, it feels like summer when you love someone. Yeah, it feels like summer when you love someone. Yeah, it feels like summer when you love someone.
Wow. It is like such a trip being in the room with the speakers. Like, what a trip. The way I would use this, and my final thoughts on this plugin, is I would use this as like a mixing tool for balances. And if I'm on the road and I'm like having to get something done, I would use this as like a reference. So I would pop it on at the end, maybe in the middle of mixing, producing, whatever, check things real quick, make some adjustments, pop it back directly to my headphones. You should definitely learn your headphones. You should always know your headphones. You should know your speakers. You should know your room. You should know all that stuff. And you should use this as another set of ears, another reference point. Because the number one job that we have as mixing and mastering engineers, even producers, is to make sure that our creative intentions come across on any medium. Everything translates. It plays great across the speakers on your iPhone, to your laptop, to the radio, to the $1 million studio. That's it. That's the vibe, and that's what these plugins, I think, are made for and what they're great at. So if you like it and you think it's dope, you can pick it up for a very, very affordable price right here, link in the description. You guys definitely subscribe to the channel. I'm going to bring you more plugins every single week. And also, I dropped a link in the description if you ever want to work with me directly on your next project. That's mixing and mastering. I also do custom production, but not for everybody. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Plugin of the week, Waves NX Germano Studios. We're out of here. Peace.